In Australia, the government provides funds to be put towards conservation of biodiversity. Threatened species recovery plans are where much of the allocated money is spent, and these plans have come under scrutiny in recent times. There's a great deal of competition for government funding. Many departments, such as healthcare, security, and so on, are vying to maintain or increase the funds allocated to them. It's important that we understand how effective recovery plans are and whether they're the most economical way to conserve threatened species. The specific goals of recovery plans are varied, but their ultimate goal is to conserve and support species until they are no longer threatened. Multiple studies have been conducted on the effectiveness of recovery plans in Australia, including 3 reviews in 2011 by Bottrell et al., Taylor et al., and Watson et al. All 3 studies found that threatened species with recovery plans were no more likely to stop declining than species without recovery plans. 2 of these authors suggest that this result may be due to a lack of outcome information on species recovery, using a time period that's too short to definitively observe recovery. Taylor et al. Suggest that most conservation actions and recovery plans have little impact, but protected areas are extremely important in the stabilization and recovery of species. Some recovery plans have been beneficial to species survival. Small populations of Gilbert's potteroo and noisy scrubbird were rediscovered in Two Peoples Bay near Albany. Since then, recovery plans have been created and feral predator control implemented. A large fire destroyed much of the suitable habitat in Two Peoples Bay recently. However, previous translocations of both species to other areas has ensured their survival after the fire, translocations that were actioned through recovery plans. These species aren't exactly recovered since the implementation of recovery plans. However, without the plans, they would almost certainly be more threatened by now. Currently, it's hard to justify the amount of money spent on recovery plans due to the lack of evidence for their overall effectiveness. However, it's clear that recovery plans have been successful in the past, at least in some cases, and without funding, these species would have little chance. The previous authors have recommended actions to improve recovery planning. One step is to create a quantifiable, accountable system for evaluation to improve knowledge and better inform future management actions. Another is to define clearer end goals for recovery plans, distinguishing between the process of recovery and a recovered end state. Finally, recommendations need to be met as part of the planning process. Currently, a lack of funding prevents many from being actioned. With a clearer, more quantifiable approach and increased monitoring and data collection, recovery plans will likely become more effective and easily justified as the most economic method of threatened species conservation.